What's up, CherishingFlo fam? Welcome back to my channel. We are all about love, positivity, self-development, being a girl boss, entrepreneurship, and everything in that vicinity. I don't know why I always be making a square like that means vicinity or something. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to be a better listener. In order to learn, in order to grow, in order for your relationship to survive, in order to do a whole lot of things, you need to be a good listener. And the truth of the matter is, this generation is trash at listening. That is a fact. I know that a lot of people don't want to accept it. Oh, I'm a good listener. I hear that so often. But people do not listen. They hear you, but they don't listen. And you have to be a good listener. If you're not a good listener, you will not be able to be in a healthy relationship with open communication. If you are not a good listener, then you will not be able to give your clients the things that they want because you think you know everything and you think you know what they want already. So it's important to be a good listener. If you're new to the channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you do not miss out on any more videos like this one, other self-development videos, entrepreneurship videos, being a girl boss videos, also my Sunday story times, because you guys know you guys love those. If you're not new to this channel, then thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. And without further ado, let's get into the video. The first piece of advice that I have for ways to be a good listener is to pretend that you have to reiterate what somebody is telling you to somebody else. It's like a visualization thing, or like, I don't even know what you would call it, like a mental, it's just a mental thing that you tell yourself. Like, whatever this person is about to tell you, you have to repeat it back. So you have to be taking notes in your mind. You need to be listening to what they're saying, understanding, comprehending, getting the gist at least, so that you can reiterate it. So that's a good thing to practice. I've done it a few times. I do it all the time. Like, whenever somebody, like if a teacher is talking, that used to be how I was able to listen to them and gain some information, because I'm really I wasn't very good at paying attention in school. And that helped me when it came to college. I mean, not college, when it came to high school and stuff, being able to look at my teacher and pretend as if whatever they're telling me, I gotta go tell somebody else. So that's a good thing to practice. Try it out, see if it works for you. Tip number 2 is do not look at your phone. Look at the person who is talking when they're talking to you. This used to be a big issue in my relationship, because the both of us do it. We would look at our phones when the other person is talking, and especially if we're like in the middle of like a heated discussion, we'd be like, yo, you're not even listening to me, you looking at your phone. Like, even though some people can listen to you and look at their phone at the same time, when you are really wanting to be a good listener, you need to give your undivided attention. When you're looking at your phone, there's a percentage of your attention that is going on whatever is on your phone and not to the person that's talking to you. So look at the person that's talking to you, listen to what they're saying. And when you're looking at somebody and you're not looking at anything else, it's really hard not to listen to what they're saying. I mean, sometimes, if I can look at somebody and see that they're talking and not actually hear words, but like you're not like spaced out or something, then you can pretty much look somebody in their face, and when you're looking in their face, it's going to be really hard looking at them in the eyes. You'll be more inclined to actually listen to what they have to say. So stop looking at your phone, stop reading text messages, stop looking at the TV, look at the person who's talking to you. Tip number 3 is to ask questions. Something that I do a lot, that my boyfriend kind of be thinking I don't be listening and I get agitated, is I will repeat what he says back to me, and as a question, like, so what you're saying is da 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 da. And the reason that I do that is because it's a tool to help me make sure that I'm listening and keep myself focused on the conversation, and so that I know that I'm following. It helps you know that you're following and make sure that things are clear in your mind, and it also makes the other person feel like you're listening, because you're repeating back to them and they're just like, yes, that's what I'm saying, or no, that's not what I'm saying, but they know that you're making a real genuine effort. It helps in classes too. If you want to clarify something with your teacher, then just say, so what you're saying is that this happened and this means this, or are you saying that this is how you do it, blah 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 blah. It helps. It helps you clarify and get a concrete understanding of what's going on in your mind. Tip number 4 is to be open-minded and try to understand the other person. This is the reason why our generation is not good at listening, because we don't listen to understand, we listen to respond. We don't listen because we want to know somebody else's point of view and make our decision based off of that, but we listen because we want to tell them that they're wrong, and we want to be able to throw facts back at them about how incorrect they are. It is important that you try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes when they're expressing an emotion or a thought to you, and you actually be open-minded as to whether or not there is validity in what they're saying, because there could be validity in what they're saying. And it helps when you listen and you really listen to understand, and you can tell them, I understand that you feel, and explain what they're feeling or what they're saying, and not just being like, oh, you're wrong because this, that, and the other, or just, giving your rebuttal. It helps them actually listen to you in return also, if you are showing that you're also listening yourself. If you're showing that you're also hearing them and trying to hear them out, it helps. It's so healthy for communication, you guys, to listen to somebody to try to understand their point of view. You don't have to agree with their point of view, but you have to be open-minded to the fact that your point of view is not the only point of view there is. And just because you feel something, or just because your opinion is something, does not mean that that opinion is 100% correct. It does not have holes that could be poked into it as well. Why are you trying to poke holes in somebody else? Tip number 5, and the last tip for this, is to shut up. Just shut up. Stop interrupting people. Let them finish their thought. Let them finish what they're saying. I know some people go on and on and on and on and on. Trust me, that can be annoying. But the best way to be a good listener is to shut up and listen. That is the best advice that I can give you. Stop talking. Stop trying to figure out what you're going to say in response to something. All of that. Forget all of that. Listen to what they are saying. Absorb what they are saying. Hush. Hushity hush hush. One thing I cannot stand is when you sitting there, somebody's texting you, and all you doing is continuing to text, continuing to text, continuing to text. You're not even watching for the response. When you're talking to somebody and every time they say something, you immediately have a rebuttal, so you interrupt them. I'm really bad at this myself. My boyfriend will tell you, if he watches this video and he comments and be like, oh, ain't you the tea calling the kettle black, or the pot calling the kettle, whatever the thing is, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's because I am very bad at this. I've gotten a lot better, but I used to be very bad at this. As soon as I thought something, I wanted to respond and say what I needed to say right then. But that's not being a good listener. That's listening to respond. That's not listening to actually understand. And so in order to do all the other 4 things that I've listed before, you gotta shut up. You gotta just hushity hush hush. Close your mouth. You ain't gotta say something all the time. Sometimes you can just shut it down. Those are my 5 tips, you guys. Hopefully this helps you. This helps somebody who's thinking, who's told by their boyfriend, or who's clearly realizing in class that they're not a good listener, they're not listening. It helps you try these things, put them into practice, see if they help. Just see. You never know. It could be very helpful, it could be beneficial. Just about all of them I've tried, and just about all of them have helped me in one setting or another. So I basically covered, if you're in class, if you're in a relationship, if you're having a debate with somebody, all of these things are positive things to try in those situations. If you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and comment, like, and share. And if you have not subscribed, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I will wait for you to do that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Leave in the comments some different ways that you have practiced trying to be a better listener in your relationship, while you're in school, whatever the situation is. Leave some of your advice. Tell me if you've any of these things you've tried and it worked for you, or it didn't work for you, and tell me if it didn't work for you, why didn't it work for you? What was the problem? So that's pretty much it. Thank all of you lovely people for watching, and I will see you in the next video.